Hi everyone, this is Neeraj from DiLytics. I'm delivery director, and I'll be the one presenting the deck, and then Shivam from TimeXtender will be helping me to give you more insight on TimeXtender. So let's start. Um, is everyone able to see my screen? Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay. We'll start with our DiLytics expertise in analytics space and our collaboration with TimeXtender. Then we will move on to the compliance insight solution, like the architecture, and then we will follow up it with a demo of the solution, and we will end the session with a Q&A. DiLytics is a pure play analytics company based in California and was founded more than a decade ago. We provide end-to-end analytics services from designing a data warehouse, designing the pipelines to load the data warehouse, to building visualizations for end users. We have operations in 3 different countries, USA, Canada, and India, with our headquarters in San Mateo, California. We have worked with both public and private sector industries with over 30 plus happy customers. We have mainly divided our core services into 3 major categories: think, build, and run. Think is where we review the existing analytics framework and provide suggestions on modernizing it, build a roadmap to implement them. Build is where we provide services to develop and deploy that modern analytics solution. We develop custom analytics as well by designing a data warehouse, a custom data warehouse with custom ETL pipelines and visualizations and reports. We also develop reports directly out of source systems. We also have rebuilt analytics solutions like compliance analytics solution that we will be showcasing today. And we also have some other pre-built solutions on finance, procurement, and others. So run is where we help our customers build a center of excellence team to be self-sufficient in running their applications. We also provide support and maintenance to make sure that the customer's application is up and running all the time. And we also enhance their system by applying patches in a timely manner. DiLytics offers pre-built analytics solutions for both horizontal and vertical markets. Compliance analytics being one of them, one of the vertical. Again, as you can see, we have some pre-built analytics solution on finance, HR, procurement. We have also experience working across various industries, from school and water districts in public sector to technology and pharma in private sector. Here are some of our key clients from both public and private sector. Okay, why do we need compliance analytics? So compliance analytics here will help facilitate compliance with industry best practice standards, with like Food and Drug Administration Safety and Innovation Act, the FDAISIA reporting expectations. Compliance analytics will also help keep the management up to date on the performance of this quality system, and they will be able to identify any fallouts using these KPIs and take a quick action on them to fix. The KPIs will help identify issues and help the management improve the processes within the quality system. And some of the questions that we are trying to answer is like how the system is performing versus how the system is how the managers can use this data, compliance data, the vast data that is being collected, to improve their backend processes and provide a good quality system and improve their processes. So here we are giving an overview of the DiLytics Insights solution. Here, this is a high-level architecture. DiLytics Insights solution has these pre-built ETL pipelines that can pull data from TrackWise, ComplianceWare, and any other and some of the other solutions that has pre-built integration, and these pre-built integrations can pull this data from these different data sources. We come with pre-built integration packages, pre-built data warehouse objects like facts and dimension tables, and pre-packaged reports and dashboards. And because of this pre-built nature of the solution, we can go live in weeks. In this case, the data warehouse, we have used TimeXtender to model the tables that are in the pre-built data warehouse and provide the users a self-service analytics solution, as well as pre-built dashboards and reports on Tableau and Power BI. So here, Compliance Insights solution, we are trying to showcase the out-of-the-box metrics, out-of-the-box objects that come as part of the deployment. We have 6 pre-built dashboards with 16 reports, and we have built around 30 metrics, KPIs, that can be used across, that will give you information across various compliance metrics. Again, these are different metrics created based on out of specification, out of trend, based on different complaints that we receive, based on the deviations that occur during any production process, and any corrective action and preventive actions taken as part of fixing any issues as part in the process. Again, the key the important parts that come out of this pre-built solution is the pre-integrated data load, which is the data pipelines from these different compliance applications. And then we have pre-built data warehouse objects, which these pre-built pipelines populate the data into, which is in the different facts and dimensions. And then these facts and dimensions are modeled in TimeXtender to showcase the tables for self-service analytics or our pre-built reports and dashboards to be used in the front end in Tableau or Power BI. Here again, we are just trying to showcase the depth of our solution here. Like we have built, we have 2 fact tables and 45 dimension tables that come as part of the out-of-the-box solution with 30 plus KPIs and 250 plus attributes. We are pulling data from over, again, we are populating data in over 300 fields in the data warehouse, which can be used by the business users or business analysts to just drag and drop and create reports. Okay, I will let my friend from TimeXtender to talk more and give more information on TimeXtender.
Thank you, Neeraj. So let me give you a little bit of idea about TimeXtender. So TimeXtender is a low-code, visual-based approach to building data estate solutions. And the question then comes in, how do we do it? So you can connect from like a flat file, CSV, Excel, to any data source that you can imagine, from an Excel to an API. So the first part of what we have is an operational data exchange, wherein we bring in all different data sources, put it into a data lake, for example. So TimeXtender will generate hierarchical folder structure for you in the Parquet file for you, or you can store it on-prem. And from there, we move to the next part, what we call it as a modern data warehouse. So this is where you'll do all your lookups, transformations, relationships, building. So this is all where the modeling happens. So this is where you'll create your facts and dimensions. And from this, we take that and use it in a presentation layer or a curated data mart. So you take what you need, put it in a data mart, and what we say is build once and visualize it anywhere from Click, Power BI, Tableau, to Power BI Premium, CSV, anything. And so TimeXtender will create your updated documentation for you, give you the whole data lineage from your endpoint of your semantic layer towards all the way to your data sources as well. And it does intelligent execution. So what that means is it automatically detects the dependencies that is there, and through that executes and deploys your data models. So now coming to the next, what is the value and impact? So using TimeXtender, your development time is reduced. So you're developing it 10 times faster. You're creating resilient data pipelines. If you're using multiple different tools, you're creating those fragile pipelines. But here you have like a consistent single version of truth. And you don't have the hassle of creating documentation, data lineage. We all know how troublesome that can be. You save on a lot of cost, a lot of build cost, a lot of resource cost, and you don't have a lot of maintenance and support that goes into it. And it helps accelerate your time for compliance insights. And you can load data from TrackWise to Excel file all in one place. And if you need any change request that comes in or any ad hoc request, you can do it much quicker. And we power solutions like the compliance solutions to help customers reach their goal very quick. Neeraj, back to you.
Thank you, Shivam. Thanks for that great insight. So with this, we will jump into the demo. Okay, we'll start with the out-of-the-box dashboard, the pre-built dashboard that we have built for the solution, and then we will take you to the data model that we have built in TimeXtender, which will support this reports and dashboards. So here we are showing the key KPIs in an overview page, like the total number of incidents that were raised in the quality system. Again, we are also trying to showcase we have divided this into 4 major categories, total incidents, and then we are showing the key KPIs on the project and product complaints, like how much of the complaints received have been closed in a particular current month, and then how many of the total closed, how many have closed on time. Then we are also talking more on showing some key insights on product complaints, like how many number of units have been distributed till date and number of complaints received for those units distributed. And then we're talking about deviations per day, where we are trying to showcase how many deviations have been occurred in the manufacturing process per day and how we can fix that. Again, so going to the first KPI, which is the confirmed out of specification, out of trend. Here, we are trying to show you a trend over a period of time of the total incidents that have occurred in the selected month. And you can see how the trend is happening over a period of time. Ideally, you don't want to see any data. No data would be good because there is no out of trend or out of specification incidents. But in case you have any and you want to see the trend over a period of time, how your compliance is performing, that you can see here. And you can also have the feature of drill down, where you can, if you want to see what are these 4 incidents, what are the details about it, I can drill through and see what are those 4 different incidents in more details. Again, all these reports and dashboards that we are showcasing here are just out of the box solutions that we have built, but all these can be modified and updated as per the customer's needs. Again, the key power of this solution is not just the reports and dashboards, the pre-built ones, but the self-service capability and the robust data model that comes with the solution. So here you can see that we also have a different view of the same data. Again, we are trying to show by incident type what is a percentage of the incidents, and we are also showing by the product how many complaints we have received over a period of time. And then we are trying to show the status of the existing incidents, on how many have been closed and how many have been cancelled and which status they are in. Next, we created some insights into complaint rate, the product complaint rate. Here we are trying to show how the complaint rate varies by the total number of units distributed by month, and then what kind of product type the complaints are being received. So as you can see, most of the complaints are received by product type tablets. And then we have a detailed report by product type and the product itself, by number of units distributed, and you can see that over a period of time, wherever there is any complaints received, we are calculating a percentage of number of complaints received based on the units distributed and showing it. And all the percentage numbers are conditionally formatted to visually highlight any inconsistencies or anything that is more than a threshold. Then the managers need to look into it, and then you can also, as I can see, take more information out of this conditional formatting. Product complaint closure rate. Again, this is also, we are here trying to showcase how effective the performance is on closing out these product complaints. So here in the first graph, we are trying to showcase how many of these products have been closed and how many of these have closed on time. As you can see, the pie chart, that majority of the complaints that are raised have not been closed by the due date. Only 27.98, which is 28%, have been closed on time. And again, we are trying to showcase that information in a more easier, understandable way, in the data in a more detailed way by product and the product type. Again, these are all conditional formatted based on the threshold. The more number of units, more number of complaints closed on time gives a higher percentage. Ideally, you would like to see 100% here, but again, depending on different companies' thresholds, these can be set accordingly, and then the managers can dig down into these complaints and the reasons and try to improve the process so that they can close these on a timely manner. Next, we are trying to showcase the deviation rate here. That means number of deviations occurred in a month. Again, this is a trend during the manufacturing process. How many deviations have occurred over a period of time, and then are they going up or down? Ideally, you want to go down and have 0 deviations, but in real time, you will see there are some deviations, and again, you can drill through to these deviations to get to the detailed report. And here we are trying to showcase again what are these deviations, which product type are the majority of these deviations from, and we see pre-filled syringes has the majority of these deviations. And we're also showing deviations per day, which is nothing but we are trying to see the total number of deviations occurred in the month and divide it by number of days in that month to get the number of deviations per day. So ideally, anything that is less than 0.5, we are marking it as green. Usually, again, we are showing that by product name. And anything that is red, which is more than 0.75, we are highlighting it in red. And again, the managers can improve their processes to make sure that all of these go into the green buckets and not have any deviations in the future. Next, we are trying to showcase the closure rate for deviations and CAPAs, which is corrective actions and preventive actions. This is again a separate set of compliance incident type, where we are trying to only concentrate on deviations and CAPAs here. Here we are trying to showcase how many of these have been closed on time. And again, by different incident types, we are trying to showcase how many number of incidents have been closed and how many of these are still open. Now, again, we have a detailed report at the bottom showcasing how many deviations have occurred, and on top of that, how many corrective actions or preventive actions have been taken to fix that particular deviation, and so that it doesn't occur in the future. And then here we are showcasing a detailed report. Here, since we have applied the filters, you are seeing only certain data, but if here, this is a detailed report, all these, again, this detailed report can be modified, add more fields to it, or remove fields from this to give more information. And if you have observed, all these dashboards have filters on top of it. So the team can always slice and dice all these reports using these different filters. And only see only those records that are related to that particular incident type or project. And again, all these are customizable as per the need of the client. I would also like to showcase these are out of the box reports and dashboards that I have shown till now. But the biggest advantage of having this pre-built solution is the users can create their own analysis in a very quick manner because of the easy of use dimensions and facts that we have here that we have built. So we have built these subject area in a way that business users can understand and can be easily used. So let's say if I want to, I'll take an example where I want to analyze the total number of incidents by product name and incident type. So let's say I can quickly just drag and drop that by just selecting the incident count. Let me change the visualization to a table view. So I can see that there are in total 31,000 incidents that have been raised. And now let's say I want to just look at the product name by product name, how many incidents we have here. So I'll just go to the product table and just drag and drop the product table. And then you can see by product, the total number of incidents that we have. And then we can also further, let's say I want to also see the incident type. So I can just go to the incident type table and just drag and drop that incident type. And all the data will be will be divided by the incident type. So the power of this solution is not just in the pre-built reports and dashboards, but also the robust data model behind it, which will help users to create their own analysis and get answers to their questions quickly. Now I will showcase the data model that we have built in TimeXtender and talk more about the TimeXtender solution. So let me share my screen again and share the TimeXtender application where we have modeled these tables. Okay, so here is the TimeXtender model where we can see there are three layers. TimeXtender comprises of mainly three layers: ODX, semantic layer, and the uh, data warehouse. So let me order them. Okay, so the first step in the TimeXtender is the ODX. The ODX is like the operational data exchange server, which enables the organizations to have easier access to the data by combining potentially hundreds of different data sources into one single storage layer. So this storage layer can then be used for data discovery or advanced analytics. And once the next step of that process is to model the tables in the modern data warehouse, which is the MDW. This is where once you have the created connections in ODX, you import the tables into the modern data warehouse and create relations between them. So in this case, as you can see, if I expand the incident fact, and this is, and you can see we have created all the relations to the different dimensions. And again, this is the join condition that we have here. So the modern data warehouse is where most of the transformation takes place in TimeXtender. Like data is selected from the ODX, then consolidated. We can cleanse the data here and transform the data into a single version of truth. So this layer is mainly like very beneficial for the analysts and data scientists for curated and cleansed data. And then comes the semantic layer, where you can create area-specific data models. In this case, we have one data model here, which has all the dimensions and facts, but you can rename the tables into more presentable names, which are more helpful and more understandable to the end user. This is more of a semantic layer where you can use these area-specific data models to push them out to the desired front-end tool, like Shivam has already told. TimeXtender supports Power BI, Tableau, Click. These are some of them. And our solution, again, because we have built our solution using TimeXtender, all these data models can be deployed into any of those analytic solutions and quickly enable the users to report out of their solution, out of any of those analytic solutions. Yeah, so that ends the demo. So I'll go back to the slide deck. Okay, any questions, anyone?
If anyone has any questions, please click raise a hand, so you'll be allowed to ask the question.
So I see a question, where does my data reside in the data warehouse? So again, the data warehouse can be, the source can be a SQL Server database or an Oracle database where your data resides. And we use the pre-built ETL packages that we will pull the data from your specific compliance solution, transform that data using the pre-built ETL or data pipelines that we have, and populate that data into a data warehouse. And that data warehouse can be on SQL Server. And then from there, we will use TimeXtender to model the data and deploy that model into different analytics solutions like Power BI or Tableau. And from there, users can, get information. I see another question. How do you connect to quality system like TrackWise? This connection can be used any integration tool. We have pre-built solutions on Oracle Data Integrator, or we can use Python. Again, main integration is based on the REST API. Some clients have data. Some clients like TrackWise sometimes provides data in extract formats on SFTP server, and we can pull that data from any of these SFTP folders and load the data into the data warehouse. Or we can also use the REST APIs to connect and pull the information. Next question: is the solution available on cloud or on-premise or both? Shivam, do you want to answer that?
Yes.
This is a cloud solution.
Yes, and TimeXtender, you can have your storage as on-premise, whether it's SQL Server. You can do cloud, which is Azure SQL, or you can also do a hybrid, wherein you're storing all your raw data in a data lake and keeping your data warehouse storage on SQL Server. Data lake is pretty cheap, so you can do like a hybrid cloud model, or full cloud, or on-prem. All of it works.
Thanks, Shivam. Can I ingest flat files and API at the same time? Yes, we can use flat files as the source, and then APIs, which is used to pull information. So yes, you can. Next question from Vijay. How does the TimeXtender allow to connect to Power BI? Shivam, you want to answer that?
Yes. So TimeXtender uses Microsoft's analysis services to connect to Power BI. So when you do a deploy and execute on a tabular endpoint, you can use the analysis services to connect to a Power BI and build out your dashboard. The underlying behind it is XMLA, where it gives you the instructions and the tables and all the information for Power BI to consume. So that is, in short, how TimeXtender connects to Power BI.
Thank you. How long does the solution take to implement? Again, since this is a pre-built solution, we have all the ETL pipelines and the data model, the database objects all pre-built, ready to be deployed. It will take between 6 to 8 weeks to deploy our solution and load the data and complete the end-to-end deployment of the solution. So I would say 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, any more questions, anyone?
Yeah, you have one more question coming.
Is the customer charged for the number of data sources? no, the customer can pull data from multiple data sources. The main challenge will be to that again, we need to integrate data from the different data sources. So we'll need to put in more effort in developing those connections, but there's no extra charge. It just takes more time to establish connection and pull information from multiple data sources. So it's just the duration that is impacted, the timeline. Other than that, I don't think there's additional cost to use the TimeXtender or the DiLytics Insight solution. Okay, please type your questions if you have any, or you can ask.
Any more questions?
Okay, what are the different quality management systems do compliance analytics support? So again, we do support different systems like TrackWise, like Compliance Wire. But again, since this is a solution designed for compliance data, we can integrate any data source. As long as we have the data, we can map that to our data model, confirm data model, and then provide the business team with the solution to play around.
I think we have a couple of more minutes to close. If there are no questions. You can still mail your question in case if you have any questions. I think thanks everyone for participating in this webinar. This webinar has been recorded and all the registered participants and attendees will be receiving the link to the recording. So thanks everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.